Imagine if these scientists never existed. No phones, no electricity, no modern science. The world would look completely different. The inventions we use every single day did not appear overnight. They were built through the discoveries of a few extraordinary minds who changed history forever. One of the earliest was Galileo Galilei, the man who transformed how humans see the universe. Galileo improved the telescope and used it to observe the skies with clarity never achieved before. His work proved that the heavens were not perfect, unchanging spheres, and his discoveries helped launch modern astronomy. Without Galileo's telescope advancements, the scientific understanding of planets, stars, and space would have developed far more slowly. Another major breakthrough came from Blaise Pascal, who created one of the first mechanical calculators. Pascal designed this machine to help perform arithmetic more efficiently, especially for business and accounting. While it was simple compared to modern devices, it represented a revolutionary idea that machines could assist human thinking through computation. Pascal's invention laid the groundwork for the development of calculators, computers, and the digital tools that now power the modern world. In a very different field, Samuel Colt changed technology through the invention of the revolver. Colt developed a practical firearm design with a rotating cylinder that allowed multiple shots without constant reloading. This invention reshaped weapon manufacturing and had lasting effects on military history and law enforcement. The revolver became one of the most influential firearm designs ever created, marking a major step forward in mechanical engineering applied to weaponry. Few inventions have altered global history as dramatically as the atomic bomb, developed under the leadership of Robert Oppenheimer. As the scientific director of the Manhattan Project during World War II, Oppenheimer oversaw the creation of the first nuclear weapon. The atomic bomb ended one war but also introduced the world to the terrifying power of nuclear energy. It permanently changed international politics, warfare, and the future of scientific responsibility. Oppenheimer's role remains one of the most complex and debated in modern history. Long before nuclear science, Isaac Newton provided the foundation for physics through his laws of motion and the discovery of gravity. Newton explained the forces that govern how objects move, fall, and interact. His work made it possible to understand everything from a thrown ball to the orbit of planets. Modern engineering, aviation, and space exploration all rely on Newton's principles. Without Newton, much of today's technology, from bridges to rockets, would not exist in its current form. Albert Einstein later expanded humanity's understanding of the universe with his theory of relativity. Einstein revealed that space and time are not fixed, but interconnected and flexible. His ideas reshaped physics and provided the foundation for nuclear energy and advanced cosmology. Even modern GPS systems must account for Einstein's relativity calculations to remain accurate. Einstein's work showed that the universe operates in ways far more complex than previously imagined. Communication as we know it changed forever because of Alexander Graham Bell, the inventor of the telephone. Before Bell, long-distance communication depended on written messages that could take days or weeks. The telephone allowed voices to travel instantly across vast distances. Bell's invention became the starting point for modern telecommunications, eventually leading to mobile phones, the internet, and global connectivity. The ability to communicate instantly is now so normal that it is hard to imagine life without it. Electricity itself was revolutionized by Nikola Tesla, whose alternating current system became the standard for delivering power over long distances. Tesla's AC electricity system made it possible for cities, industries, and homes to receive reliable electrical power. While many inventors contributed to electrical science, Tesla's system remains the backbone of modern power grids. Every time a light turns on or a device charges, Tesla's influence is present. Chemistry was transformed by Dmitri Mendeleev, who created the periodic table. Mendeleev organized the chemical elements into a structured system that revealed patterns in their properties. His table not only helped scientists understand existing elements, but also allowed them to predict elements that had not yet been discovered. The periodic table remains one of the most important tools in science, forming the foundation of chemistry education and research worldwide. Another key figure in chemistry was Antoine Lavoisier, often called the father of modern chemistry. Lavoisier proved that oxygen plays a central role in combustion and helped establish chemistry as a precise scientific discipline. He introduced clearer methods of measurement and helped define the law of conservation of mass, showing that matter is not created or destroyed destroyed in chemical reactions. His work turned chemistry into the modern science we recognize today. Wireless communication began with Guglielmo Marconi, who pioneered radio technology. Marconi demonstrated that signals could be transmitted through the air without wires, enabling long-distance communication across oceans. Radio became the foundation for broadcasting, navigation, and eventually technologies like Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Marconi's invention opened the door to the wireless age that defines modern life. Finally, Michael Faraday provided one of the most important discoveries in electrical science: electromagnetic induction. Faraday showed how electricity and magnetism are linked, making it possible to generate electric current through motion. This discovery became the basis for electric motors and generators. Power plants, industrial machines, and countless household devices depend on Faraday's principles. His work is one of the main reasons electricity could become a practical force in everyday life. These scientists did not simply study the world, they built the foundations of the modern world through inventions and discoveries that still shape daily life. The scientists behind the modern world were not just inventors of machines or theories, they were the architects of how humanity understands reality. Their inventions and discoveries became the building blocks of technology, medicine, industry, and knowledge itself. What makes these breakthroughs so powerful is that they continue to shape life centuries after they were first introduced. Each invention is more than an object or formula. It represents a turning point in human progress. Galileo's telescope, for example, was not simply a tool for looking at stars. It was the beginning of a new scientific mindset. By observing moons orbiting Jupiter and the phases of Venus, Galileo challenged the long-held belief that Earth was the center of the universe. His work encouraged humans to trust observation and evidence over tradition, pushing science into a new era. That same spirit of discovery is what later allowed humanity to reach the moon and explore deep space. Pascal's calculator may seem small compared to today's computers, but it introduced the revolutionary concept of mechanical computation. Pascal showed that numbers could be processed by machines, reducing human effort and error. This simple invention helped inspire the long chain of innovation that eventually led to modern computing. Every smartphone, every financial system, and every piece of digital technology owes something to the early idea that calculation could be automated. Samuel Colt's revolver demonstrated how engineering could reshape society in more controversial ways. His firearm design changed warfare, law enforcement, and personal defense. It also influenced manufacturing through mass production techniques. Colt's invention reminds us that scientific progress is not always purely positive or peaceful. It can transform power structures, conflict, and history in unpredictable ways. That same dual nature of science appears in the atomic bomb, developed under Robert Oppenheimer's leadership. The Manhattan Project represented one of the most intense scientific efforts ever undertaken, combining physics, engineering, and global urgency. The atomic bomb ended World War II, but introduced the world to nuclear fear and the possibility of destruction on an unimaginable scale. Oppenheimer himself later reflected on the moral weight of this invention, showing that scientific achievement can come with deep ethical consequences. Newton's discovery of gravity and motion was a different kind of revolution, one that gave humanity the ability to predict and control the physical world. Newton's laws explain why planets orbit, why objects fall, and how forces interact. His work is the foundation of classical mechanics, still used in engineering today. From designing buildings to launching spacecraft, Newton's physics remains one of the most practical and influential scientific contributions in history. Einstein then took physics even further by proving that the universe is not as simple as Newton imagined. Relativity revealed that time slows down at high speeds, gravity bends space, and the cosmos operates in ways beyond everyday intuition. Einstein's theories were not just abstract ideas. They became essential for technologies like GPS, nuclear reactors, and modern astrophysics. His work expanded humanity's understanding of reality itself. Bell's telephone reshaped human society by shrinking distance. Before the telephone, communication depended on physical travel or written letters. Bell made it possible for voices to travel instantly, changing business, relationships, and the flow of information. Today's world of smartphones and global networks began with Bell's breakthrough, proving how one invention can redefine human connection. Tesla's alternating current system made modern electricity possible on a massive scale. While direct current could not efficiently travel far, Tesla's AC system allowed power to reach cities, factories, and homes. This invention became the backbone of modern civilization. Every electric grid, every appliance, and every powered city depends on Tesla's vision. His work shows how one innovation can energize the entire world. Mendeleev's periodic table gave chemistry its structure. Before his work, elements were known but not organized. Mendeleev revealed patterns that help scientists understand how matter behaves. His table became a roadmap of chemistry, allowing researchers to predict new elements and explain chemical reactions. The periodic table remains one of the most important scientific tools ever created. Lavoisier's role in chemistry was equally foundational. By identifying oxygen's role in combustion and introducing precise measurement into chemical experiments, he transformed chemistry from guesswork into a modern science. His law of conservation of mass became essential for understanding reactions, industries, and biology. 1. Lavoisier helped define the very language and rules of chemistry that scientists still use today. Marconi's radio invention opened the door to wireless communication. He proved that messages could travel through radio waves without physical wires, allowing communication across oceans and continents. Radio became the foundation for broadcasting, navigation systems, and eventually wireless technologies like Wi-Fi. The invisible networks of today's world began with Marconi's experiments. Faraday's discovery of electromagnetic induction may be one of the most quietly important breakthroughs of all. Faraday showed that moving magnets could generate electricity, creating the principle behind generators and motors. Without Faraday, modern power plants would not function, and countless machines would not exist. His work is the reason electricity became something that could be produced, distributed, and used on a global scale. Together, these scientists represent the backbone of modern civilization. Their inventions shaped how we live, communicate, travel, heal, and understand the universe. Science is not just history, it is the reason the modern world exists. The question now is simple: which invention do you believe changed humanity the most?